This week's episode is sponsored by Helio Gas Detection.
This is Richie from the Metal Cell podcast. I'm delighted to welcome Uragh to the show once again. I have the lads on. We're doing a track by track of their new album, Maelstrom. It's going to be out when this comes out. Yeah, I'm going to time it. So yeah. So basically, why I have the lads on is we're going to go through each track of the album. And thanks for joining me tonight, lads. Fair play.
Cheers, man.
Where's?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to this.
Me
so,
too.
How do you feel? You're on the last lap as such. Are you excited that it's finally out there? I'm sure you're probably sick of it at this stage, you know, just the waiting and stuff. I think you did a fantastic campaign building up to the release with the videos, and your social media was excellent as well. So congratulations on that, first of all. It definitely has got a lot of eyes and ears on it at the moment.
Yeah, we're dying for it to come out at this stage. Like, it's been quite a build up, but we're happy with it so far. Anyway, I think
we sorry, Jake.
No, go ahead.
I think we are just really happy, and we're a week away from it, or less than a week away from it being out there, ready for people to listen. We want feedback from it or about it. I think I speak on behalf of all of us when I say we all understand or have a better understanding of the process of making an album, how to spread the word about the album as well, building up, having to try and get artwork. Now, again, this is our first album together. We never thought we would put an album out together so quick forming the band. And it's crazy. Like, it's Marcelo,
Marcelo, would you echo that?
Oh yeah, sure. It's very likely. It's as you said, right? It was a long waiting game. You know, like this started like many months ago. There was this whole process happening. We listened to those songs so many times already. It's a weird feeling, right? And also, as Craig said, like now we understand the process and how it is, right? How it is like to release something. Yeah, very excited for it.
Yeah, like I'm so happy that it is an album. And, you know, when I look through all the tracks, and we will go through them all, there's no fucking filler in it, which is fantastic from my point of view.
All killer.
All killer, absolutely. And, you know, it's been said already, and I have to agree, this is an album of the year contender for me. And
thank you.
So fucking proud of you, lads, that you stepped up to the mark, considering we interviewed you there a while back. And, you know, I think at that stage, was it Decimate was released, and maybe was there one other? No, you weren't.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, Monarch was supposed to be coming out, wasn't it? After that episode, was it?
We released Monarch in the end of November.
Yeah.
I think we did our first interview at the end of August, something like that. Or was it September, August, something like that?
It was, spot on, yeah.
We've, like Marcelo said, we've sat on these songs for a good while. We've learned our trade.
Listen to death. Listen them to death.
Yeah, we practice these songs like crazy.
Do you know, getting ready with the notes for this show tonight, you know, you're a band like that have like so many great qualities, but dynamics was a word that just keeps coming up in my mind when I listen to the album and when I see the footage of you playing live. So what I did was I just said, right, I'm just actually going to look at the definition of dynamic, right? And the dynamic is the branch of mechanics concerned with the motion of bodies under the action of forces, right? And the second part of that is the forces or properties which stimulate growth, development, or change within a system or a process. So I think that sums up
Wow, yeah.
nicely, you know, because there's there's serious dynamics running through this whole album. It ebbs and flows. It's you know, it's hitting points there that it should be, that you'd expect a band to hit, and you're doing it, and it's a bit jaw-dropping from my point of view that it's a debut album as well. So congratulations on that.
Oh, thanks, man.
Thank you very much.
So let's go into it. First track, Monarch. I remember hearing it and I was just going, oh my god, this has to be a fucking single at some stage or other. And not only was it a fucking single, well, it was also my favorite video of the year as well. And again, kudos for actually getting out there and doing it yourself for the video.
Yeah,
unreal.
That was great fun. Great fun. Very fun day, that video. It's the first time I've ever done anything like that, so
yeah,
it was really really fun bringing the drum kit out to the beach in Wexford. It was setting it up, and it was funny because it was a horrible week weather-wise, if I remember correctly, lads, wasn't it?
Month.
A horrible month, yeah. Yeah, well,
we somehow got the best day of the month.
Perfect. It was gorgeous.
It's bananas, isn't it, when you think of it? Like,
yeah, we were thinking we were gonna cancel that video shoot. We weren't too sure if it was gonna go ahead or not.
okay.
Yeah, and then I mean, Seb is the one that did the scouting out on the beach. Seb lives down in Wexford now, and yeah, he scoured the plains, let's say, and got an idea of where we could perform. And it was the first time myself, Sebastian, and Jason would have shot a music video for
anything.
Uragh, for anything. Yeah, exactly. Okay. And it was a little weird being on the beach with people. Sometimes it was random people walking behind us and stuff. Yeah. And there was I remember this one guy that came up to us and said, he was talking to Jason on the drum kit as we were just nearly setting up, and he was saying, "Oh, I wish I did this when I was younger. I wish I could have done this when I was younger."
Nice.
A music video. It was fun.
We did. We got chatting to a few locals, all right.
Yeah. Who was on camera work, lads?
Well, like we just kind of, we had a tripod, like, and we just positioned it in different ways to make it look. It was just the four of us. There was no cameraman there at all.
Yeah, I know. It was just fucking brilliant what you did.
But if you look at the video back, there's actually, I think there's very, very little shots of all four of us.
I know.
There's a lot of individual shots and double shots.
Yeah.
Because we took turns in taking the camera. Was it Marcelo's camera or Sebastian's camera?
I think at that stage it was still my iPhone that we used, and your iPhone as well.
No,
we shot with your iPhone, with my iPhone, and with
for Monarch. All the footage is the iPhone and GoPro, and Craig's GoPro, because those are the best ones that we had back then.
Yeah. Man, iPhone, holy shit, that's nuts.
Everybody
that's listening here and watching, fucking get out and do it, lads. Seriously.
Yeah, if there's ever a time to get doing this type of thing, is now. Like it's possible.
And we were so lucky as well, because we had no idea about lighting and light and positioning ourselves and what. We just went and did it, and we were so lucky because it just worked, and it was in a way it was just perfect, right? We had other moments than when we were shooting the other videos where we were just going into it, just filming, and it wouldn't work at all, right? Because the light was too intense or whatever. But on that day, it was just perfect, and it really worked out.
I also think we played it a little safe as well, because it was the first time we've ever attempted this, that Marcelo decided to do the video in black and white, and it worked.
So this was was a mix of everything, right? So we didn't know about lightning, that's for sure, but we knew that we didn't know.
Yeah.
This makes sense. So it was, so I knew like, let's do this black and white because we won't have to deal with color grading, with we can recover much easier for lightning. We knew that we needed to have like more like exploratory things in order to make this happen in a bolder way, right? So making black and white made things easier.
Yeah. And were you shocked that you got video to you from me?
A little bit, yeah. we couldn't believe it, man. We couldn't believe it. Like
I knew that
first attempt.
I knew that you did it by yourselves. Like that alone fucking for me just spoke oceans. It just like it's an inspiration for other bands to fucking have a look at that. iPhones and fucking GoPros. There you go, lads.
Yeah, but it meant a lot for us because maybe we're talking like this might make this sound as easy, right? But was a lot of work involved, was a lot of like learning and physical efforts to do everything, and then the time afterwards. So
the editing process.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Also trying to act as well in front of a camera to music that we play.
Craig, you're natural. You're okay.
Okay,
I'm going to play a part of the song that I particularly like, and then we just maybe go briefly over the composition of the song, and maybe talk a small bit about the lyrics, Craig, as well. Okay, here we go, Monica.
By order of Her Majesty, you are always found guilty until proven innocent on all counts and charges against the crown. Yet aware of the death, the desperate will prevail. Crowned king.
Yeah, that's the piece I chose. Like, for an opening track, it's really a great representation of yourselves as well. It's just chaotic, but it's beautiful chaos. And it just, again, as I said, ebbs and flows. And there's a real sense of unease throughout, which I would say as well, not only just the abrasiveness of the guitars, it's just the way your delivery, Craig. Let's just talk about how the song maybe came together, lads.
Well, I'll say Marcelo to start off.
Yeah, so the idea of Monarch, it came, I don't remember the order of the songs when it came. Maybe it was the 5th song or 6th song, maybe.
Yeah.
That we learned, like,
Yeah, and then also that came together, if I'm not mistaken. But in any case, the point being that all of the songs, they had like this sort of order, and we can talk more during the track by track, right? But Monarch came on a time where we already knew where we wanted to go or what we wanted to be, and exactly these that you are describing, Rich, like the ebbs and flows, the dynamic range that we wanted to bring to the song. So this, on the first structure that I brought, this was like one of the main reasonings behind the song. Be very aggressive, but also very dynamic and changing very fast by many things, and not being afraid of like bringing everything down, stopping everything to set a next mood, almost like a next song,
Yes.
and connect it and finish on a melodic note, right? And And yeah, and then this was it, right? And then everyone right away took this, changed their own parts, added their own parts. I don't think we tweaked it that much, but it was quite complex.
No.
And the boys made it even more complex afterwards.
I think the arrangement of the song, we didn't change it at all from your initial demo, right?
The structure, no, but the notes and the drumming, the bass also has like some different things, right?
Yeah.
There are some changes, but the general feel of the song was very similar to what you first put out there.
Okay.
It was a hard song to learn for all of us, I think.
Yeah.
Oh well, especially you, Jay, drums, Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
it was quite a challenge. Probably one of the two really challenging songs,
Okay.
like really, really challenging songs on the album as a drummer. Monarch and probably Joyer as well. But this one it took me a while to get the feel of this down properly, you know.
How do you approach songs like that, Jay? You know, like,
well, a lot of listening.
just hand patterns on the toys just to figure it out, like.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I like to do it behind the kit more, but
okay.
Listening to the song repeatedly really helps, so you don't have to think about what bit's coming up next. Eventually, you know the structure of the song, and then a lot of it was just isolating the sections and just rinse and repeat them. Like it just took a while. It took about a few weeks or a month. We actually played it on the last year's Metal to the Masses final.
Yeah,
and
that's
I
what
don't know
came
if
across it. Yeah,
was it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like looking back now, I feel like I didn't have it fully down at that time. But at the time, we went with it and it sounded pretty good. But now I'd be much more confident playing it live. You know.
Yeah. Greg, is it much of a challenge live?
It definitely was the start. Oh my god, the first time we played it, I think we really pushed ourselves with this song. We wanted to be able to play this song at the Metal to the Masses final, and I think we got it a good 95% out of 100. Yeah, like on that first time playing it, because we really, like Jason said, the drums are they were so difficult. Jason really pushed himself for a good 2 to 3 weeks, constantly listening, and once a week we meet up in the practice room. We would me and Marcelo. I remember me and Marcelo looking at each other, just saying, "Oh my god, he's really progressing with this. He's getting it. He's really, really getting it."
Yeah.
And it was, but performance-wise, vocally, I'm so used to it by now. But it's definitely a challenge at the start. Like anything, the more you do it, the more you get used to it.
Yeah.
And recording the drums, Jay, then with Josh.
Yeah.
Was that okay?
Oh yeah, great experience. Again, first time we recorded Decimate. We went up for the day and recorded the single, but this is the first time recording an album. I think we started with that song, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it was the first song of the album we recorded,
Yeah, and I loved the whole recording process. It was really fun. Josh is super chill to work with.
Yeah.
And it sounds class. I mean, by that time that we went up to record, I had it fairly down. I was probably 100% at that stage.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it just goes to show, man.
It's just practice, Richie.
Yeah.
It's just practice. It's just
100%.
It's boring. It's a boring answer, but it is.
No.
That's the way it is.
Like the last thing you want. The last thing you want is Josh trying to fucking tell you what parts to play for that song.
Yeah.
Fuck that, you know.
Yeah. No, you want to have your bits fairly down at that stage. Like the way we do it with Marcelo, kind of giving us a rough demo up front really helps give an idea. But I like to put my own bits in as well, as does Seb and obviously Craig only puts his own bits in. But that was deadly song. Really happy with how it turned out.
And as the songs come along there, lads, as well, just maybe flag ones there that you actually maybe had to change the pace in them, or just you know, from, we'll say, Marcelo's demos, you know, that some tracks didn't actually work because they were too fast, or if he changed pace. So if any of those ones, just flag them there, because I'd be interested in how he figured that one out.
Sure.
Okay, track 2, Apparition. It's straightforward. It's a straightforward track from me, I would say.
I love this one.
Yeah,
I love Apparition.
It's a fucking live one, isn't it, lads?
There's a lot. There's to me there's kind of like a black metal feel to it.
Yeah,
but there's more elements to it, more layers to it as well.
I like the opening rhythm of it. It's really catchy.
Yeah,
really catchy. Has a real groove to it.
Yeah, 100%.
I think it's a bit of a grower, because at first we liked the song, but we didn't particularly think it stood out from the other ones, and I think now it's become a favorite from almost all of us. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm putting it in as a second track as well. It's pretty cool, because I think after Monarch, especially I'm always trying to think of the new listeners here. When they hear Apparition, I think they get it then. Yeah, this is okay. This is Uragh. You know, that kind of way.
Yeah. No, that was a conscious thing to put it as the second track. I don't know. It just felt right there.
Yeah.
It's hard to say why, but
would you agree with that, Marcelo?
Right there.
Yeah, and once again is as you said, is very straightforward. And I guess what Seb just mentioned about that at first maybe we're not was kind of different, because this was also one of the reasons, because this came right after we had Mujiyama and Capsize.
Okay.
And then basically to have a straightforward song, that would not have, and we had Monarch also. So it was mainly to have a song that would not have this time I stop, I will not let you breathe down, It was the purpose, which is weird, right? We try to not have and build a song for a reason, right? To just try to let it flow.
Yes.
But that's what made sense for Apparition. And then putting as a second song also was just what made sense. And whenever I listen to it also, I love it.
Yeah.
And it's
from listening to albums over nearly 40 years, I thought, you kind of can judge a band on how they sequence songs, and again, find this rhythm running through the album, and Apparition there just makes perfect sense as a second song. So I'll give it.
Thank you. That means a lot.
We were talking about this a lot. We were always saying in the ways, this is it's a number 2, isn't it? It's a second song. It kind of has that vibe to us. Remember, Jason, we were saying it's like Pantera Becoming or something, yes. Bobby on Driven or something has that vibe to it.
So sometimes the second track can, a lot of bands, maybe Pantera, they'll open with Cowboys from Hell, and then it's the second. I can't even remember what the second track off Cowboys from Hell was now, but sometimes it's that second track that you nearly skip to, because the popular single is the opener and you're sick of it or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to blast it there. This is the part I picked.
Flashing moments, dying
fucking class, man. The rhythm running through that track, it's fucking phenomenal. I mean, fair play to you there, lads. And Craig even dropping that volume down to match that rhythm. It's fucking seriously punching you in the face there. Like,
see the end of the song. Actually, I remember it. I remember Sebastian was helping me record the very end of that. He was in the room when I was trying to get the rhythm correctly to flow towards that very last line with a different point of view.
Yeah.
And it took me, it could be close to 10 tries, it said, right?
Yeah.
It was difficult.
I was standing there next to you in the booth, like.
It was different, yeah. It was something that I haven't experienced before, like someone actually physically right beside me, helping me try to record something. Yeah, exactly. Just and it took me definitely a good few tries, but I think we got it.
It's probably because you're on your own there in that bit. Like there's no other instrumentation for you to lock in with.
Exactly, and like I've no click track. I'm not listening to a click track. I'm listening to what the guys, because vocals are recorded last, of course.
Yeah.
And I'm listening to what the guys play. So yeah, I was kind of guessing where I was gonna be in the song.
Yeah.
And what's called? Yeah, it works. It works well. Yeah.
Yeah, those patterns that are running through, a lot of that Marcelo, it's fascinating to try and follow it. When you can detach yourself away from the music, like I have now, even looking at it from a kind of critical point of view almost. Just these lovely little fucking patterns, rhythm patterns, and the changes, the subtle changes as well. Fuck it, like it's head scratching for me.
I'm very glad that you like it, because this was the intention for people who appreciated this also. Besides ourselves, right? Because also this song has everything. Has 5/4, 3/4, has like 7/4. Yeah,
that's a lot going on.
Yeah,
but it flows. That's the main thing.
I think it has a lot going on, like time signature wise, without you realizing it. That there are different time signatures.
That's what I mean.
There,
Yeah, I think maybe the vocals maybe disguise it a bit,
Yeah, true.
Yeah, Craig has a striking force of like making everything match somehow.
Yes.
It's challenging.
You had no issues with this from a recording process, lads, no? That you can remember?
I think apparition-wise, for me, was mainly towards that very end when Seb was helping me. Yeah.
Well, this song is very bass-centric, so it even has like 2 bass solos, right? And Seb has a lot of work in this song, right? And and you made it worse for you also, right, Seb?
It's funny that you chose that bit, what you started with.
Yeah, that was a big
I hated. I like when we listened to the mixes back and forth, and I was like, lads, we should get rid of that bass noodling there.
No,
I don't
fucking
know.
way.
It's not good. It sounds weird. I hated that bit for a while, and the lads were like, no, that's staying in.
Yeah.
I was really not sure about it, But
one shit bassist to a great bassist said, I spotted it, man, and I liked it.
Yeah, thanks. Also, mixing wise, I think that the most challenging thing was mixing the song, because it took us a while to get that one right, and I think we had to.
That's true.
Annoy.
There was a good few revisions on that one.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah. There was a good few revisions on that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that was the challenging thing. I think recording it was pretty straightforward.
Okay, right. I'm going to leave you pronounce track 3, Seb.
Yeah, go ahead, Seb.
Yeah, Vincent's Biss, yeah.
Even sounds better. I knew it would be. So, Pangs of Conscience.
Yeah, exactly. Something that, bites or eats away at you, literally bites your consciousness. Biss means bite, and Gewissen is the conscious.
Brilliant.
And
it's a lovely segue into the 4th song, and sometimes again, you need that in albums to just reduce the intensity, and very clever where you put it.
Yeah, thanks. Good to hear, actually. Yeah, again, I was never too sure about it, It's
How
just
did it
something.
how did it happen, Seb? Was it a
I don't know.
noodle?
I was just noodling this idea in the rehearsal space, and I think one of the guys was like, that's nice, and yeah, that's how it came about.
Remember that.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
This
So yeah,
that
and
that was the only non-demo, right?
yeah, exactly. I remember I took it home then, and I played it a few times and added a few bits, and I was like, and I recorded myself because I'm still learning how to track stuff at home and blah blah blah. So I just recorded myself on my phone and sent it to the guys, and yeah, and then I don't know, this idea came about to use it as this kind of short interlude to break up things a little bit. And
I'm pretty sure that video is still on the drive, right? That blue video from the band drive.
I think the idea of that one was, like you said, Richie, we wanted to kind of bring it down a bit, we there was two parts in the album kind of open for a interlude type of bit.
Yes.
And that ended up being one of them.
Okay. Well, it was a link to
the
fourth song that is Jar.
Yeah, this one was merging two ideas, right? Because we wanted to use that bit that Seb was working on, and Jar was always supposed to have some sort of intro. It was coming after, and we always knew, right? I remember I said I imagined an intro or something like this, but I didn't have it, and this was a perfect match, I think we only had to be sure that the note was going to finish on the same key, right, Seb? Just to...
Actually, it doesn't finish on the same key.
Yeah, but then we realized it doesn't need to, and then it was like,
the
same. And...
Yeah, and Josh, again, he added a fair bit of atmosphere to it, so props to him as well. He really, I don't know,
made it
blossom and breathe. So yeah,
we'll give it a listen here then. Is there ocean effects in the background there as well, is there? Or is it my imagination?
Nope, yes, there's ocean effect there.
Yeah. You have to play that segue live, Seb?
Yes.
Okay. We were already talking about this.
Yeah, we were just talking about it this week, really. I will play it live on May 31st.
Okay.
Bit
of cymbals in the background, Jay, you'll be fine.
Yeah, man, no bother.
I'm only worried about you, Jay. I'm not worried too much with Seb there.
Well, that was the great one for me. I can sit back and relax for that one.
You need tracks like that, don't you, as a drummer?
Yeah, 100%.
Drag it a bit longer now, Seb,
Yeah, play it twice. But yeah, we're playing through the album on the 31st.
Yes.
In downstairs in Fibbers, so that'll be cranked out then.
Yeah, looking forward to hearing about it, man. I won't be there. But I know.
No worries, man.
The next track, The Widening Gyre. Who wants to take this one? It's one of my favorite tracks, actually. I love it. Yeah.
So just real quick, this week we're not sure if it's the Widening Gyre or the Widening Gyre. We always thought it was Gyre.
Okay.
And then this week we heard Sebastian's partner's mum
saying Gyre.
Yeah, so do you know what?
And you said it there as well.
Yeah, so we don't know.
Gyre as well. And after my mother-in-law, I don't know, after she's from Donegal, right? And so she was like, I was like, yeah, we have the song Widening Gyre, and she was like, Gyre? That's Gyre. And I was like, what? So she was kind of like, come on. I was like, yeah, it's that line from, she's also great, like really into poetry, and she knew the Widening Gyre from that Yeats.
Exactly.
Yeats poem. So she knew what I was talking about, and she said gyre, and then I told the guys, and we had like announced it live. Yeah, the Widening Gyre. We were like, fools out of ourselves. So I don't know. We checked on YouTube, right? And Americans seem to say gyre, especially in weather and phenomenons and stuff like that. They seem to say gyre.
I don't know. Anyway,
listen, I'm not
Idrar, yeah. I'm gonna say gyre anyway. That's just the way I look at it.
Cool.
And let's talk about it. What a track, lads! Jesus Christ!
Stop!
Just so
absolute banger.
So much to it. Craig, I'm going to bring you in here, man. You're being just left aside there. When you got, we'll say, the demo of this after, we'll say, the three lads worked on it, you obviously knew straight away this is a fucking banger.
Yeah. This song was a challenge to write lyrics and a melody to.
Of course.
This song, recording it on the day, I remember I was a little worried because I had a good structure. I just didn't know what was going to be the end product of it.
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of went with it, and towards the towards the end of the song where there is this kind of this soft section of the build up, and then the high vocals come in, the high clean vocals come in. We're gonna put, I was thinking we could put some layers, so as in like it could be kind of soft spoken melody, and then another layer on top of that, and then a higher layer on top of that. And then when I did the high layer, Josh said, okay, why didn't we just do this from the start? Like that should be it. But the melody, some of the melody, to fit some of the melody and lyrics into it was a challenge, I'm not gonna lie. Especially, I think it's like during the middle of the song where there's, I don't know what time signature it is, where it goes it was a bit tough for me, I'm not gonna lie, but I mean it's done now.
Chaotic.
It's
the meter in the song is all over the shop. It just really, and again, that was one of the harder songs to play on drums. And I don't remember how long it took me, but it took me a good while, as long as Monarch anyway, of just, again, listening to it all the time and practicing every day. It was a tough one.
The fun fact, the song was not ready when we recorded.
Say that again, Marcelo?
The song was not ready when we went to the studio.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, no, we hadn't actually completely written it, and some of the drum parts were a bit up in the air.
Okay.
I think Josh actually might have. I don't know if it was this song. He might have contributed one because he played a bit of drums as well.
No,
the album.
I know. He's a drummer. Yeah, he's a fucking good drummer.
Yeah. Yes, and he can't. I'm forgetting if it was this song or another one, but he definitely contributed. It might have been this one. But yeah, there was some very awkward parts in this one to pick up, and particularly that middle section with where the meter kind of breaks down a bit, and it kind of chops up, and there's a lot of fills going in weird places. A lot of long fills.
They're the many corridors in Marcelo's mind, lads.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Trying to interpret that, I'd say, is going to be difficult. But I mean,
it's a job, and it's a big
work,
job,
but it's fucking well worth it.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to just play. I'm going to play a segment of it, and just to give people an idea of this song. As I said, it's one of my favorites, but it's brilliant.
Oh, same.
let's just say, like, again, if you miss those lyrics, whatever happened to the freedom of Blaine that we crave and love, those careful steps could not detect. The landmines are set in my head. Kudos. Brilliant.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Took a while, like I said, the lyrics and the melody. Well, the lyrics, when you get a melody, you tend to stick with it. But this song, it tested me. I had to change melody in certain parts.
It doesn't let you. It doesn't let you.
2 to 3 times I had to change it, alter it a little bit just to fit stuff in. Yeah, this was a bit of a challenge for me. But
it's interesting because that segment, right? So it's the last song we recorded off the album. So
really? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I tracked my bass and I had to run. I had to leave. So I literally played and left, and Craig still had to do his vocals. So I wasn't around when he recorded his vocals.
Okay.
And I remember he texted me in the evening. He said, you're gonna be fucking, you won't believe what we did in the studio. Like, and I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? He was just like, wait for it. So when we got the first listen, especially that section you just played, he never ever sang it like that in the rehearsal space.
Okay.
He had an aggressive, an extreme kind of growl to it. That melody, that kind of soft singing, he never did that before. So you just busted that out in the studio, and I had never heard it before. I was completely blown away by it. It gave the song a complete new quality that I wasn't aware of, and it was just wow.
Yeah, it worked so well.
I don't know, was that spontaneous or was it premeditated? Did you have that in mind?
Well, like I said, I had a little structure. I thought I was going to do kind of layered vocals to it, and Josh, like I said earlier a few minutes ago, Josh saying, okay, why do we just choose this first? And there is a layer or two to it. You can hear it, and then there is you could hear the little heavy vocals as well, past the second line, I think, and then throughout the end of the last 2 lines.
Very subtly.
Yeah, exactly. That's it works well. It works very well.
It does. It sounded great. Yeah, it really turned out well.
Yeah. But yeah, Josh had to do a lot of producing, like in that song, especially because it felt kind of unfinished. Like some parts weren't finished, like on the bass. I remember again that last bit. I wasn't really sure what I was supposed to play, like didn't really like the lines I came up with. And I just worked it out with Josh while tracking it. I was like, well, he was like, why don't you stick to the, rhythm of the drums? And I was like, yeah. So he worked it out with me there on the spot. So I think he contributed actually a lot to that song.
Like he's doing this, lads, for fucking a long time, and when you have someone like Josh helping you out, his advice, you have to take it on board, and then it's up to you as band members whether to trust them or not trust them, and the point proven there with Craig's
we were delighted to have that bit of expertise because it was our first real recording experience, so that was very welcome.
But I also think we tested Josh as well.
Of course
with
he
our
did.
style,
Definitely.
Really
true.
Yeah, but he's very good that way with bands coming to him. A lot of bands have recorded their debut EPs and albums with him, so he has that patience, and I'd like to think that he enjoys the challenge.
Let's not forget, we did a music video for this as well.
Yeah, you did. Don't worry, I have the facts, man.
Oh, wow.
3.8 thousand views.
Is it? Yeah. Oh wow, I haven't checked it in a while.
Yeah,
that's gone well.
It's actually doing better than Monarch.
No, it's not. No, Monarch is still leading.
But I know. It's like four months up.
Oh, fuck it, fair enough. Yeah. How dare you? Like, was it a kind of, were you kind of almost cynical in approaching a video at that stage? Or is it just a kind of, shit, what are we going to do here now? And
it was about coming up with a different idea
that's hard, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's
feasible.
That fits within the budget. Yeah.
Well, that's it. Like, what can you without having to go too crazy with renting equipment and stuff. We got
Well,
ourselves a little
the budget was
projector.
kind of zero, 100 euros maybe, like renting the room and buying that projector that projected the images on us on adverts for like how much?
Yeah, I picked it up on adverts for about 20 quid or something.
Brilliant.
So that was
No, in fairness, Marcelo invested a good bit of money into equipment. He got a new iPhone. And this fancy yoke.
But
only for the band, only for filming.
But this is the idea we know now. This time we would going to do something with color. So there was a lot of time that I spent learning about now color grading, lighting, you know.
Yeah.
And still it's tricky, right? And I had to do many experimentations, like to be sure that we could do it. So it was a little bit more planned this time, but we're all kind of brainstorming and saying like we had like this initial idea of the projector against us, you know, and then we're just trying to brainstorm about how it's going to work, right? What else can we do? Like, let's find a house and do something, you know, or I don't even remember other ideas that we had.
Find a house, you mean your house?
Yeah, because we couldn't really find a venue. We, in general, we struggle a lot finding a place to film in. That's
not too
the same
expensive.
problem kind of for Capsize. And I think with Widening Gyre, we were like looking and looking. I was looking for like abandoned houses or something cool, or like an old warehouse or whatever. And we couldn't really
but
find
you're looking for all the same traps every other band fall into, you know,
Yeah.
abandoned warehouse, fucking a church.
But that's why they're usually cheap. You know what I mean?
That's why the beach one was so powerful. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
And
it's funny that, but you know, we had another interview, and the guy who did the interview said, "Why do all metal bands shoot their videos on beaches?" Remember? We felt so original with that one. And he said, "All the metal bands seem to be shooting at beaches these days," and we were like, "Oh, really?"
Where was he from?
Where was he from?
He was from. Where was he from?
Puerto Rico.
Ah, well, fair enough then. You can understand it there, because it's a challenge shooting on a beach in fucking Ireland. So that's why, lads. You know, you should have told them that. But yeah,
we did.
Yeah. No, it came out great, and that's a challenge. A lot of music fans don't seem to realize, you know, when trying not to fall into the fucking traps of the usual. As I said, fucking warehouses, churches, you know, it's a difficult thing. Like
waste ground,
and your budget will dictate eventually where you're going to have to go unless you're really clever, and you know, you can go down the lyrical video. It's done to death, lads. You know, so I just applaud every time you do something different. You know.
I think we have to give a lot of props to Marcelo as well.
Definitely, man, definitely.
Taking on the editing. It was his idea to rent out the rehearsal place to record it. My partner actually helped us record a bit of it as well. And no, fair play to Marcelo editing all our videos.
And he bangs it out in no time.
Couldn't have done it without Marcelo.
I don't know how he does it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Right, track 5, Capsize, I love. Gojira. This is my Gojira.
Yeah, it is quite Gojira.
Go on, Marcelo.
I'll take that as a definite compliment.
Oh yeah, fucking right. There's a load of other stuff going in it, but just you know, I just Marcelo.
It was one of the first songs we learned, wasn't it?
Just maybe on the album. Looking just for the album songs, it was the third song that we learned. Yeah, right?
Yeah, that's something like that, yeah. Like Decimate.
Decimate's not on the album.
Yeah.
I know, but in terms of the songs we learned first to play live.
The song off the album we learned, Modiam first, and then two long ones.
Yeah, and it was tricky because it's a long song and also has some the middle section is very tricky time signature dynamic wise. The first two riffs they are 4/4s, but then one of the heavy riffs, Very Gojira, has a 7/4, and the verses they are all changing all the time.
Yeah.
It might sound more straight because Craig does his magic and makes things look more like normal, but taking off the theme, which is the chorus also, right? Everything else is kind of very tricky, right?
Very
100%.
tricky. The melody for this was, I remember it took me probably a month, more than a month to try and get a melody for the verses, because the verses, they alter and change, and like there's a bit of a verse, and then there's another little added bit onto this part or this line, and there's another bit added on or taken away from the next line. It took a little while for melody.
Craig, would you say this is like the hardest for you to perform live? Capsize?
Yeah, probably, because I mean there's especially the vocals at the start there's a lot going on.
Remember last gig you were like, I think it was Capsize, like you were gasping for air next to me.
Destroyed, like well, it doesn't help. But it doesn't help when we put Capsize as the last song. When you're tired from a whole set, and then you do like the heaviest song we have.
That's just cruel.
Like and longest.
Yeah, initially the demo of Capsize was
it's 9 minutes, 18 seconds. Fucking hell.
But it was more than 10 minutes.
10 minutes something.
In the demo we brought back the diddly after second chorus. I think so.
That only happens once now. That only happens the one time now. Forgot about that.
But like again, it's just like this is an Uragh track. Have you ever heard of Uragh? No. Well, listen to Capsize, because this sums you up. It's fucking phenomenal. I'm going to play a section of it again. Just I'd say you laugh when I play it, but this section I thought brilliant.
I bet it's going to be the bass part, right? It's going to be Seb's bass part.
Get this right, that section is 1 minute 36, and what she fitted into that section is fucking crazy. Like, wow. And you know, I could sing your praises all day long, lads, because it's just class. But Jay in particular, when you were presented that section, like, what were you thinking there? Like, how do you approach that? Was it just fucking jazz or freestyling or what?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's definitely a call for something different there, not particularly metal style stuff, I suppose. But like, I have a lot of influences from other styles of music as well.
You can hear
so
it, yeah.
For me, thanks. Like that bit was, some of it was changed by me. I think just not the rhythm, the length of it or anything. I just kind of changed the beat a bit from the MIDI beat, whatever Marcelo had on there, and added my own bit with the especially as it picks up a bit of pace there, and I kind of do some stuff on the ride, and it kind of has a bit of a drum and bassy kind of beat to it. I think I'm very happy with that. And as well, that song, I think, really grabbed people live the first time we played it. And if you see the video from Fibbers, our first gig, the crowd, that really got the cup, like, you know. So I'm really happy with how it ebbed and flowed, the atmosphere of it, and then it, you know, brings it down a bit, kind of relaxes people, I guess. Relaxes people, and then bam, picks back up, and then even the bit after you're gonna play really destroys people live, and it really got the crowd moving. Like, love that bit. Great section to choose there.
Yeah, again, there's a lot of triggers that will set off in various sections of songs. Marcelo, like, are you, when you're bringing up the basic riffs with that, and, you know, the quiet parts, the melodic parts, like, I'm trying to, like, how are you imagining these things? Like, you know, as I said, you reduced even the length of it. Like, is this all worked out in jams or what?
Oh, yeah. How to imagine? I'm not very sure. Like, by the length, you mean like the length of the bars or the...
No, the actual length of a song.
Yeah, that's what he means. Yeah.
So yeah, basically, I don't know. If you ask me, is whenever you are creating something, is whatever starts to sound good, and depends a lot of your influences, you know, and what you are going to, what makes more sense, you know. For Capsize, now I'm trying to remember all the things that we're thinking there. Like, once again, we wanted to be something more like unexpected, and a little bit more also proggy, but not too prog, also to have some more harshness on that. So the way that it goes is basically as in any regular song, you just try to go through what ideas are popping up to your mind, but trying to make it maybe weirder. Not trying to make this on purpose, rather than what is who you are, right? And this is how the song is supposed to be.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
And then
Craig said,
sorry, Seb, yeah, go on.
We need to shorten this one. I think Craig said, like, when we got your demo initially, Craig said, we need to shorten this one. And I think you also came up with a specific section that needed to go in that one.
The very, like, heavy intro part again.
Yeah, exactly. That was right. And you said, to me, that one.
To me, really, it did.
We can live without it.
Definitely. Yeah, to me, it did make sense to bring back again after 2 verses and 2 choruses. Yeah. Because, I mean, the flow of the song, I mean, it starts off slow, it goes in heavy, goes to heavy again, verse, chorus, and then bring back that very heavy riff again. To me, it didn't make sense. And Marcelo's very, very open to what my opinions about his music and what he gives us as well, which is great. Like, we do work really, really well together. And it was even this week I was talking, he gave us more stuff that might come out later on. You never know. And we've been talking about it, either shortening or lengthening stuff.
Yeah, the lyrics as well, Craig, the lyrics are fantastic, man. I mean, Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner Part 2.
Say again?
The lyrics, they're incredible. Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner Part 2.
Well, I mean, when I heard the demo, I literally just thought of, like, the calm before the storm. Before the calm before the storm again. Like, it's the way the song goes up and down. I wanted to capture the feel of a fleet of ships being caught in a storm, because Marcelo's initial title, the song for the demo, was Capsize, and I just thought it fit so well. I wanted to try and keep that theme, and I think I'm pretty happy how it turned out anyway. I'm really happy with that song.
And then you went and made the video and you didn't have any ships in it.
Yeah.